A lot of grown men think about this, being noticed by a younger woman. They picture it, they talk about it in private, but almost nobody says what it really comes with, because the second you bring it up, people jump in with labels. Creepy, insecure, manipulative, midlife crisis. You know the list, and yeah, sometimes those labels fit, but the bigger truth is simpler. Attraction across age has been around forever. It is not new, it is not some modern scandal. What people also avoid saying is this. Sometimes the younger woman starts it. Not always, but it happens more than guys admit. And when it happens, it is usually for a reason. She feels something she does not feel with guys her age yet. Structure, calm direction. A man who is not all over the place. Now here is where most men get confused. When a younger adult woman is interested, she rarely walks up and says it straight. She is not going to stand there like a movie scene and say, "I want you tonight." That is not how it usually works. Instead, she tests the vibe. She drops little questions. She makes small comments. She watches your reactions. She is trying to figure out if you are actually solid, or if you are just an older guy chasing a high because getting older scares you. I want you to really catch this part. Women almost never show desire with plain, obvious words. It moves through hints, side comments, psychology. A woman who is into you might never confess it, but she will send signals dressed up as casual questions. If you cannot read that, you missed the moment, not because she changed her mind, because you fumbled the energy. And the most common mistake older men make is thinking her curiosity is just friendliness. Like, oh, she is being sweet. No, she is checking your control. She is seeing if you can handle tension without acting hungry or weird. Here is the uncomfortable part. Most men fail. They either light up like desperate teenagers, or they get defensive, like the age gap is something shameful that needs to be hidden. Both reactions shut the door instantly. So let me ask you this. What if you knew the exact kinds of questions a younger adult woman asks when she is already thinking about you in a more intimate way? What if you could hear the code under the words and respond in a way that keeps the attraction alive? That is real power. Not gimmicks, not little tricks, just composure. The kind that comes from being a man with a steady life. This is not for the guy chasing validation. If you are trying to prove you still got it, you are already losing. This is for the man who understands that attraction is not begged for, it is invited, it is felt. And if you are older, that can actually be an advantage, but only if you know how to carry it. So today we are breaking down 3 questions that show up when her interest goes past small talk. 1. How old are you really? 2. Are you seeing anyone? 3. What do you want with someone like me? Number 1. How old are you really? This is not a data question. She is not running a background check. She already knows you are older. She sees it, your face, your voice, your pace, your style. What she wants to know is how you feel about it. Because younger women do not always reject older men for being older. They reject older men who act ashamed, the guy who gets nervous, the guy who lies, the guy who tries to shrink himself. That guy signals weakness. And if you cannot accept your age, you are not going to feel like a leader to her. You are going to feel like a man asking permission to exist. That question is basically a mirror. It shows her if you are grounded or if time scares you. The biggest mistake is getting defensive, saying things like, "I am not that old," or joking like, "Wow, do I look like your dad?" Or trying too hard to sound young that reads like you feel judged. The better move is calm ownership. Maybe even a little humor. Not self-hate humor. More like relaxed confidence. Think about it. To her, your age is not always a problem. It is contrast. She is around guys who are still building themselves. You represent stability, but the second you act embarrassed, you throw away your advantage. Picture this. You are talking. She smiles and says, "So how old are you really?" Most men freeze. Some shave years off like that adds value, but you do not. You keep eye contact. Small smile, and you answer like a man who is comfortable in his own timeline. Something like, "Yeah, I am older, and I like that I know what I want, and I do not waste time." Then she laughs, looks away, changes the topic. What happened? You did not fight the question. You did not justify yourself. You owned it. Your age is a filter. If it embarrasses you, she will feel it and back off. If you wear it calmly, it becomes part of why she is curious. Number 2. Are you seeing anyone? This question looks innocent, but it is rarely about morality. She is trying to understand your position, your options, your lifestyle, and yeah, your desirability. Because a man who looks like he has nothing going on can feel needy, and neediness kills attraction fast. The classic mistake is answering like you are applying for a job. "No, I am totally free. I only want you. I would never talk to anyone else." That sounds like pressure. Even if you mean, well, it comes off like you are starving for attention. You do not need to lie. You do not need to brag. You just need to communicate that you are not empty. So when she asks, "Are you seeing anyone?" you stay relaxed. You keep it simple. You do not overshare. You do not rush. You can say something that shows you have a life and standards. Like, "I date." Sometimes I am selective, I do not keep random people around. Now she feels something. She feels that you are chosen, not desperate, and it flips the dynamic. She starts to wonder if she qualifies. That is where attraction grows. This is a test. If you act needy, she loses interest. If you stay steady, you look more valuable instantly. Number 3, what do you want with someone like me? This is the big one, because it exposes your motive in seconds. Most men fail here because they answer from lack. They spill their emotions. They start promising commitment too early. They talk like she is the missing piece that will fix their life. And do you know what she hears? I am empty, save me, validate me. That energy is heavy and it kills the spark. A younger adult woman who is drawn to an older man usually wants to feel his stability, not become his therapist, not carry his insecurity. Here's the hard truth. Some older men chase younger women because they are afraid of aging. They want proof they still matter. And that fear leaks out in the way they talk, in the way they try to impress, in the way they beg for reassurance. If that is your reason, she will sense it. Even if she goes along for a moment, she will not respect you. You become a temporary story, not a man she admires. So what should you do? You answer with clarity and your own frame. You do not act interrogated. You speak like a man with standards. You are not with her because she is young. You are interested because you like her energy and you like the connection. Imagine she looks at you and says, "What do you want with someone like me?" The insecure guy goes into a long speech. The grounded guy keeps it clean. Something like, "I look for good energy, honesty, real chemistry. If it feels right, we keep seeing where it goes." Age is not the point, silence. That kind of answer does 2 things. 1, it puts the focus on your criteria, not her age. 2, it shows you are not trying to convince her, you are simply being real. Here's the lesson. If you do not know what you want, people will use you for attention, for boredom, for an ego boost. And without respect, nothing good lasts. So stop treating her youth like a trophy. Her age does not give you value. Your value comes from your stability, your clarity, your ability to choose. When she asks these questions, she is not asking for a romantic speech. She is measuring your center. And there are 2 paths: you show her you are solid, or you reveal you are just an older guy trying to buy youth because you cannot handle the mirror. We are at the end of this topic, and if you really listened, you saw the pattern. When a younger adult woman is interested in an older man, she is not looking for sweet words. She is looking for proof. Proof that time shaped you into a man, not a boy with more years. Age is not a guarantee of maturity. If you lack confidence and direction, you will be invisible to her, even if you are twice her age. And here is the real controversial line. Younger women are not hunting older men. They are drawn to men who do not crumble under life. If you are older and still live scared and reactive, she will read you the same way she reads the guys her age. Your age is not the problem, your lack of character is. So next time you hear those questions, how old are you? Are you seeing anyone? What do you want with someone like me? Remember what is happening. She is holding up a mirror. Show me you are a man, not an older guy performing confidence. And one more trap that ruins a lot of men: they chase validation instead of connection. They get nervous, they people please. They promise what they cannot deliver. Then they end up as a quick experiment in her life instead of a man she respects. If there is one thing I want you to take from this, your value is not about her being younger. Your value is about whether you can look at your life and genuinely respect it. If your life is not solid, no person will fix that. Not a younger woman, not anyone. Now I want this to be a real conversation. Have you ever had a younger adult woman ask you these questions? How did you respond? Did you feel like you handled it well, or did you get thrown off? Drop it in the comments. I read them, I respond. I want this to be a space where men talk honestly without acting tough. And I will leave you with this. A woman does not test you to destroy you. She tests you to see if you are who you claim to be. If you fail, it is not her fault. It is your job to grow up emotionally and become the version of yourself you respect. Choose that version.